Hi, my name is Helle Markmann, and I'm a computer scientist and a project manager, and I work at a company called Vertica here in Aarhus. We have no management. We are a flat organization with 130 people. So why are we doing this? We're doing this because complexity is handled badly in hierarchies, and we believe that decisions should be made close to where the competence is. So we have something we call meaningful affected. That means that if you have some things that you want to have decision about, you find 2 or 3 of your colleagues who are relevant for this decision, and you ask them, and together you can make a good decision. So the thing is that we make decisions close to where it's relevant and very fast track. So fast track decisions that can be taken by a few employees. So an example on a decision like this could be someone wants to make a new interface for the checkout flow of some web shop, and it could be the front-ender of a project, and she would ask a UXer, and they would ask the project manager, and together they decide that this is a good idea, and then they would do it. They don't have to ask anybody else. Of course, the customer has to agree on this, but you don't have any management or anything. So we take small decisions like this all the time. Also, we take decisions on, for example, education. So we help each other take decisions on education and lots of other things we do all the time. So you're probably wondering, but what about the things that we actually use managers for? For example, we have employee discussions with your manager. Instead of that, we have something we call career coaches. That means that colleagues are coaching each other. And so you have a career coach who has a special training, and then one colleague and one career coach have a discussion about how you could develop your work life in a good way. And we can do that instead of having the discussion with a manager who might not know what you're actually doing. So instead we do this on a colleague-to-colleague basis. Maybe with your colleague you find out that it would be a good thing to go do some education. And since normally you decide what education you could go to with your manager, instead you do this with your peers. You go ask in your team and you say, hey, I would like to go on this course. What do you think? And the team can help you decide whether it would be a good idea. And then when the decision has been taken, you will put every information in an Excel sheet, and then it will be open to everybody how much time you've spent and how much money you spend on a course. So nobody is sitting around thinking, why is he getting more education than me? So you can always just go check it out. There are lots of other interesting decisions to take. For example, salary. That's a really interesting one. So how do we do salary when you don't discuss it with your boss? So what we do is we have an algorithm. It's a bit difficult to explain, but basically we have an algorithm where every colleague that feels that they have something to say about your skills, they can go in and assess you, and to make sure that there is no one gaming the system and maybe making decisions between them. In the algorithm, we have some measure to figure this out. So we have lots of good processes to make up for the missing of the buses. We also have, for example, for firing and hiring, we do that colleagues to colleagues as well. The firing is a bit difficult because, of course, we have lots of processes to avoid this. I'll come in more about this in the talk. But the hiring colleagues are doing this as well from colleague to colleague. That's it. Go see the talk.